Sup guys, Red Hood here. I'm a Dark Angels player, and I'm here to show you today how to make a Tech Marine on a bike. First off, you're going to need to have your own weapon. So I've made this power axe out of bits of a Corvus hammer. There you go. Now, as you can see, it's also got which I got from an old basing set. But if you have any old cog or something like that, you can use it to make that. As you can see, I turned around the Corvus hammer bit at the top, making it curve upwards to give it a more threatening look and make it look more original. Okay, well, if you're trying to make the cog, from an old basing set or something, because you can't use anything with the cog, so it's useless. This little guide thing, blatant cog there. You fold it in half, pretty simple, and you get a more, thicker cog, because they're actually quite thin. That is double of it. That's pretty much sucks. That is that thin. But like I said, folding it does make it better. So you get a weapon like that. So to make this, you're obviously going to need a bike. So you can just get a standard Games Workshop bike. As you can see, I've already started painting this red. Since I'm a Dark Angels player, I've stuck a few Ravenwing logos on it, just to make it look more authentic. And I got this red by doing loads of layering and washing. First you start off with a base coat of Mechrite red, and then after the Mechrite red, blood red. Then a dry brush of an orange, I'm not sure which orange, but something like that. It lost its name a while ago. Then another dry brush of bolt gun metal. Then one final layer of red gore. Then a wash with Badr black, and you get this nice kind of dark red. Now, to get this metal as well, I used Iron Breaker layer. Iron Breaker. Then just a simple wash of Badr black to give it that kind of, darker look, so it's not all gleaming and shining. Because it is the 41st millennium, not everything's going to be nice and shiny. And afterwards, I'm going to be putting a rust effect on it, which is on this biker here. It's pretty simple to do. What you got to do is grab Scorch Brown, do a layer of it, like every so often, like around the edges where you would expect normal rust. But only put it on bits which do get rusty, and if your bike is going to be on a rusty planet, you can put it on the tyres, make it look like loads of rust is flying up. Then you do a layer of Mechrite red, but that's a very light dry brush, or heavy dry brush rather, to make it stand out. And then finally, whatever this orange is, do a light dry brush of that. It doesn't really matter what paint you use for the rust effect, because as long as you use a bright orange, a dark brown, and a dry looking red, and you'll get this nice finished effect like you do on this bike. Yep, so now I'll be showing you what to do to make the actual Tech Marine. Okay, first thing to do is to make the biker itself. So I've got the Ravenwing pack, which gives you some awesome looking torsos and legs. Look at that. Oops. Is it going to focus? Yeah, bloody camera doesn't focus that well, but yeah. As you can see, that's pretty cool. Well, it's mostly for Dark Angels, but you know, you get the gist of it. So I'm gonna glue this on top of there, make it look really cool. You can use that legs or these awesome winged ones, but I haven't got enough green stuff to make a torso which has cloth on it, and it would just annoy me immensely. So I'll be doing that with this. But first I need to make the front bit of the bike. So I'm using this. Basically my old Techmarine got destroyed, so I'm using old pieces of it. Unfortunately it's fine cast, and fine cast is just disgusting. It's not metal at all, it's horrible. But anyways, here's this. I stuck the front of a flamer onto the bike, and I'm counting that as a servo harness attachment, so it's going to have a full servo harness, and I'm attaching the bits all around the bike so I don't have to make a special backpack. I'll be using this claw and this pistol. That's a thingamabob, plasma cutter, but when shooting it counts as 2 plasma pistols, or twin-linked plasma pistol. So that's what I will be using. Where's that bit going? Yeah. But if you want to be more creative, you can create a servo harness like this. What I did to make this was I got bits of a rocket launcher, well, a Prittl mounted one, which goes on a Rhino. Cut off the side bit, put it on there to make it look cooler from the back. I got an ordinary looking flamer, just to use that. I used a servitor arm for one of the claws. And for the plasma cutter, I got a plasma rifle and 2 bits of a full Mauler Fiend kit, which is that. It's a very big chaos thing. To make the arms itself, I also used the Mauler Fiend kit and used. Sorry, I accidentally froze the camera then. Yeah, I used the Mauler Fiend tentacles and stuck it onto here, so it. Ugh, horrible with this camera. Yeah, so Mauler Fiend bits, use them to stick on the arms. That is just the knife thing that comes onto it, but with bits shaven off. Okay, so now I will be gluing it all together and painting it, and I'll show you the finished result in a sec. Now most of you might want to make your Techmarine bike original, so instead of that claw, you could replace it with the Dreadnought hand, because the diameter of the tubing there is sufficient enough for the Dreadnought hand, which you can just simply place in there. Also, with the plasma cutter, I am placing this below it. It's part of the grenade launcher from the kit from the Dark Angels Ravenwing, and I will be using this for the other hand instead, which I may actually just use the Dreadnought hand for, you know, to make it look more original, like I said. Yeah, so that's that finished. Stay tuned for more of my videos. And also watch my friend called Apple Squig. He does great videos as well. Yeah, stay tuned for more videos like this, showing you how to build weird and complex models, and painting tips and guides, really. Yeah, so stay tuned.